gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
O-Trim presents QR codes as a gateway to a realm of convenience. Effortlessly retrieve information, promotions, and other content by scanning. Get O-Trim free. Simply register at www.coolzone.ai. Unstoppable video conferencing growth. Witness an astounding 11.4% increase from 2021 to 2028. Join the future of seamless virtual collaboration. Get your 14-day free trial of OConnect. Simply register at www.coolzone.ai. Recent developments in the Department of Physics at Leipzig University have resulted in the creation of an unconventional neural network that functions using active colloidal particles rather than electricity. If your interest is AI and high-tech, you can join this global giant Onpassive free. Simply register at www.coolzone.ai.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. As you know or may not know, there was a O-Ron O-Minnow last night, and Mr. Mupara came on, and it was a very, very good webinar. It will be going on 20 YouTube channels at 1 o'clock. So if you want to see it, if you missed it, there were over 10,000 people there last night. I'm sure everybody's going to want to see it. What I was excited to hear, the good, the bad, the ugly, was the journey that Ash gave us a pinch of the journey he took in Onpassive. And I think about the journey that I've been on, and what a joke. I'm walking in the sunshine, and he's going through what he went through, from internal things going on in the company, founders doing things that probably shouldn't, lawyers, companies, governments, everybody trying to. I don't think Ash walked into any room in the last 5 years and people said yes. I believe it was no, you can't, no, you don't do that, no, you can't do this, you can't. And then to be betrayed by some people, which it's sad, but and Ash said it because he was good-hearted. We've talked about this, not in front of Ash, but I meant it. I knew he's good-hearted, and I think people would probably try to take advantage of that. Now, one thing he said, and I'm not going to go into each detail of each question, was he's glad he went through it. And you think about that for a minute. He went through it at the time he went through it, so we could be where we are now. What happens is, if you don't get slapped around or beat down, when things come, it might be too far into the game where you get slapped around and you're not prepared. Get beat up a little bit or a lot in the beginning during the journey like he did, which, I mean, I hate it. I hate the idea that he did, because I know he's building this to help people, no matter what some moron might think out there that has no clue. But trying to do that at the same time, the very people you're trying to take care of are taking advantage of the situation, the company, and you. Yeah, it hurts. It hurts me, and it didn't happen to me. So that part really is disgusting. But I'm not that surprised. Just go back to the history of mankind. There's always a group that lives in the shadows, and their main ambition is they're not happy, so why the hell should you be? So they go out of their way to make things miserable because they're miserable. You know, everybody, my thing is if you have something you're not happy with or you don't like, debate with somebody and make it better. Most of these people out there that are negative, they're not trying to make it better. They're just negative. Negative to be negative is like freaking bizarre to me. Life is a vapor, appears for a little while and then vanishes away, right? I mean, seems like a few months ago I was 20, now I'm 64. What the freak happened? And we're gonna focus on stupid negativity? No, thank you. No, thank you. We're in something really, really big. And Ash touched on some of this that makes me believe. I don't know if I can believe more because I believe 100%. 100% is 100%. But I'm glad he said it to everyone. Do or die. He explained what that means, and he means it. He absolutely means it. And we're seeing it happen. You know why people joined and all that, and then the different stories of why did this happen, why did that happen, and all the questions. I get it, okay, but let's look at the facts. The facts are September 1st, he put OConnect out for sale to the public, to us. We started paying, things didn't work out. Was not Onpassive merchant thing. The money got stopped, boom, dead stop. Company did what? They took a kick in the gut and they gave us a 30-day extension. Then they worked again and something else happened with the second one. So then they said, well, we got to go longer term. We got to find something. So we moved on. Okay. They got to find a way. Some people were paying with different merchants and that went on okay. But now he wants to clear the slate. Okay. Clear the slate means whatever commissions or bonuses are out there, they're going to come to us as soon as it's possible to happen. And it looks like they have a gateway to do that. But let's remember, it's just like the products. You got more products ready? Are they coming? Think about what we're saying. The bottleneck right now, he wants to make sure OConnect, the new version, which looks like it's in QA, they're double checking it, beating it up, flipping it upside down, make sure it's okay. That's what's done. They come out next week, let's say, it looks good, things are going. This freight train is going to start back up again. Come out, it's running good, people are happy, going to turn the faucet back on. It's just fact. Clear out the payments, people get whatever they have coming, whatever's due people, they start selling the product, and boom, we're off to the races. Now, that's the way I read it. That's the way I've always read it. And I didn't hear anything different last night, other than what I was blown away with, and I didn't know this. I don't like when he says if I wasn't here or if something happened to me, but how redundant he did things. Not only do we have this, we have a duplicate. We have a mother and a sister plant running at the same time. We do this company's doing, I have somebody else doing this, so that we always pick the best. Who does that? So he could go, eeny, meeny, miny, I want that one. And he found that some areas they were doing stuff twice as fast and better technology. What does that do? That ups the game for people on the other side. So kudos to Mr. Mufaro to even go there. I couldn't imagine moving and doing something at the same time to try to get there quicker, right? Bringing in certain people. Okay, you work on this and you work on this too, and then pick the best of the two. Wow, I'm sorry, that just knocked me off my seat. It really did. And all that's going on for who? For us. He said it 3 times last night, maybe 4. I don't have an account. Mr. McFarland said you can't sign up with me. He had a friend of his, a very successful friend. Hey, I want to get in. You can't get in with me. I don't have an account. I'll set you up with somebody. That's Mr. Mufara. That's what he's going to do with everything. And the funny thing is, all these things that that he can say. Now, obviously, people start bringing up questions about that he doesn't want to go there. Think about why. Just think about why. Come on. It's common sense. It's just common sense. You got to be careful where you're walking and what you're doing. You have to have all your stuff ready when you go out with big products or big events about that. It's going to shake the world. You just do. It's common sense. We would come up with stuff in the factory I worked with, and it was really hush hush, like secret. We were making copper full that had two face sides on it. Both sides were shiny. Usually that was done by pounding copper down flat, but they came up with a way chemically to make both sides shiny. And it worked. I know because I was involved with it. But it was quiet. When visitors came, they would tarp the whole area that I was in. Like nobody could come in it to even see it. So it's pretty, I understand it. Anyway, but blown away. Nice question. Look, I was really happy with everybody. Did really well. Uh, I'm happy over that. We had a good cast of people there. Um, some questions might have went off the rail a little bit, but that's okay. People don't know, and that's okay. Not everybody's at the same level of what they know is going on and what they don't know. I don't know everything. Obviously, Ash said nobody knows what he knows. Maybe one person, two people, his wife. I don't know. So I don't feel bad. I don't know everything, but I know one thing. If everybody would just get to my measly 1% or whatever I know or whatever Chris knows or Robin, you're going to be satisfied. You won't need to know the 100% because it's only going to get better. When I'm sitting at a 5-course meal and I've got the best dessert coming and somebody says, well, you're going to get this 7 days a week for the rest of your life. Okay, it's good enough for me. And it's only going to get better. Okay, so let's focus on that. But very good meeting. Make sure you watch it. Um, everybody keep praying for Ash and his family. I just can't imagine going through what he's going through. I can't. It's mind blowing why somebody would do that. But if you look back in history, there was a very fine, very low number of people that would go beyond themselves. There's only a handful in the whole time of history of man compared to billions of people. And we just so happen to be in a company with Mr. McFarland. So, and I give him his wife credit because she's living the same life. You know, we see Ash more than she does, I think. So yeah, I'm blown away. I'm sure Red will go detail each thing that was said, but all of the update is in the back office. You can read word for word. The superstar note takers, once again, blows me away. Your note taking, Janet and Daryl and Dan Street, and who else does them?
Peter Shore.
Peter Shore. Peter Shore. I mean, it was amazing. You guys did amazing, amazing work. I read it today and went, dang. You can read that and not have to been at the meeting, but there's nothing the same, nothing as good as being there and hearing it come out of my ass's mouth. So, yeah, but I'm really excited. Last night, sicker than a dog. My little buddy Shorty brought me home something. Pop up, I got the flu for you. Here you go. Wrapped it in a little package. I'm like, dog crap. But I feel better now, a little bit. Chris has got something too, so I want to share it with him. I gave him a virus. I gave him the flu through the internet. I'm not sure how I did it. It's called Virus Scan. I don't know what it's called. Anyway, so yeah, everybody, be happy. We're kicking it. Thank you, everybody, for keeping the faith. Now you see why we did. If you hear us, now we should be proud to be part of working with this gentleman. It's amazing. It's amazing. I really appreciate it. I'm going to turn it over to Chris Johnson, and then we're going to go to the voice, Robin Noble. Chris, let her rip.
Thank you, Marty. Yeah, I'm a little under the weather. Marty sneezed. I know trivia. Somehow it went through the computer and got to me. So I'm having a hell of a month here. Number one, Robin, thank you for coming on and helping us out because both of us sound horrible. You sound pretty darn nice still. We don't want to get you sick. But happy birthday to Oliver Fontaine. Today is his birthday. I want to give him a big shout out. Helen de la Bastard, happy birthday. Di Fusco, Mary Abani, Narazman, happy birthday. Mala, happy birthday. And Sylvia and Terry Ann or Tony Bottom, happy birthday to one of you. I don't think it's both your birthdays, but there you go. Okay, out of the way. Happy birthday, all. Prayers for all. Definitely can use the prayers for every one of us, including the Mafara family. Now that you found out, listeners, I was so excited about last night once it got going because he is the most this is the most transparent I've ever seen Ash Mafar, and he's been pretty transparent as far as I'm concerned. For him to get on there and do what he did yesterday, I thought was pretty darn amazing. I want to explain something in the beginning. We had a set panel by Ash Mafara. We tried to get I think we got almost everyone's question in that we could in that time limit, and then we brought people in toward the end to get on there. So don't ever get upset or mad at us, guys. It's not easy to do. Ron and Minnow did an excellent job. Julie helped out with the questions. And it's not always easy to do. I didn't even get my say in this one. I just got on there and did the best I could, but not always fun. And that's nothing compared to what this guy Ash Mafara goes through every day. I think what I love about him right now is he still has a really good sense of humor. And I'm happy to say that I can make him laugh anytime, even when he doesn't, look so good. But he looked good last night. And I want to reiterate something Marty touched on, something Ash touched on 2 or 3 times last night. Some of the questions, some of the things that Ash has, and we found out this a couple years ago. All right. And I actually questioned Ash Mafara when he said some things to us. And I said, security, you need security. The reason I'm going to reiterate again, the things that he's doing or is going to do is life-changing for all of us, but it might damper somebody else. And that's not for a bad purpose. He touched on saying that how many people got to make a profit instead of just doing the right thing? Be proud of Ash Mafara for doing the right thing. We have people right now, especially senior citizens, vets, who can't afford their own medicine because you got people higher up that think about profit rather than helping people. Ash Mafara, flip it around. He cares about people. So some of those questions, like Marty just said, he can't answer. Know this, that your CEO knows the risk he's taking by doing all this, and he's still going forward. Do it or die. That's his words. And I want to say, for me, from Robin, from Marty, we're very proud of him for even doing this. I can't tell you, for me right now, what it's like to be in the same state as this guy and just see him do this. He did not have to do this. Matter of fact, I don't know any CEOs in the world that's ever done this, who actually gets on a webinar and has a personal conversation with 10,000 people and wants to show you what's going on, what he's going through. And that's a really good thing, guys. None of you have any idea up to yesterday what he actually goes through. And let me tell you, he was bold about it. I love that he was bold about what he was having to say. He wanted to let you know that it's not easy. He talked about, connect 2 different products, what he's got to go through. He talked about that some of the products they had to re-scratch and do it again. Why? Because he wants the best. But I also say this too, and this is my opinion. Excuse me. He's got some extremely intelligent people that are now coming into Onpassive that they're onboarding, that we know one of them. All right. These individuals are bringing 40 years of experience in the technology world. All right. Ash Mafara is bringing all these people in, and I'm almost positive that he's listening to everything they got to say, and they might say, do this or that. That's my opinion. And Ash say, okay, we have to relook at that. And now Ash is saying that There's some things that he has to approve it. Talked about a couple things about they put out he didn't like. He didn't approve it. So we got to go back to the drawing board and do it again. And that's a good thing. I'm going to say it 1,000 times. It's a good thing. I want you to think every time you buy a car, because I come from that world, and 2 weeks later, a brand new car's got the engine light on, something going on. All right. Ash doesn't want that to happen. All right. He does not want that to happen. He really wants it to go over perfect, not for him, but for all of us. All right. You guys had to see that yesterday, that he's never putting himself first. He's way down on the line. He wants us all to be up there first rather than himself. I can't say enough about it. To anyone, including my family, that doesn't believe in this or believe in me for believing in Ash Bafara, I've given you a million opportunities just to listen. All right. I'm going to tell you firsthand, Chris Johnson, this is the greatest thing that's ever going to happen in this world. It'll never be repeated. It'll only be improved. And if you didn't get in this, or you're not even thinking about giving this, you're so wrong, and you're going to miss something. And in 5 years, 10 years down the line, which he talked about from a question from Lynn Nakamoto, 10 years down the line, you're going to kick yourself right hard in the arse. All right? I ask you, check it out. I ask you to listen to what this guy says. He knows exactly what he's doing, and he's doing it not for himself, not for his family. He's doing it for anyone that wants to help out and jump on this train. And it's the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. And that's why I do this every single day, no matter what. Because this guy wants to change the world, and he wants us to help him do it. And he's doing that already. The things he talked about last night that are coming, some of the things I was shocked he even talked about. But he wants people to know. He wants people to know what he's all about. It's never been about money for him. It's about just creating wealth for everyone else, and the rest will follow. So later when that video comes out, I want you to watch it a few times. Read the notes by our phenomenal note takers. Daryl, I'm going to say him again. Daryl, Janet, Peter, Dan Street. You guys do a hell of a job putting those notes out, because I love reading them again, because I think I missed some things. That's where I catch it. Read the notes 3 times. Watch that when Marty puts it out. I forgot what time he said, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock. Watch it again and again, and listen to his voice. Listen to his words. Listen to the passion that he has in him about Onpassive and what it's going to do for all of us. That's a dead honest opinion. I'm proud to be in this company. I'm proud to know that I'm part of something that will change the world, even though they don't believe us. That's even the best part for me. Look out, world. Onpassive here, it's coming, and it's going to spread like butter on toast pretty soon, and you're all going to be blown away. Robin Noble, the floor is yours, young lady. And once again, thank you for being here with us.
Wow, Chris. Marty, you blew me away as well. I am so proud to be here on the screen and with you today after such an amazing webinar with Ash last night. The information that Ash gave us, the opening of his heart, and honestly trusting us with a lot of this information. I wasn't surprised. I cannot say that I was surprised by what he said, but the fact that it was said, it made it more real. I had an understanding of what was going on. Again, through our different lines of work, our different career paths and that sort of thing, when you hear something, and something of the magnitude that Ash shared with us last night, it makes sense why the things and decisions have been made, why things are happening the way they are. And I think we just need to be so grateful and thankful that we have somebody with Ash's intelligence, understanding, abilities, and all the rest of it at the helm of this magnificent, huge company. I'd like to say thank you to Marty and Chris specifically today. And there are so many others that can be included in this comment, but I'd like to say specifically with Marty and Chris today at the beginning of March, a big thank you for every single day coming on and doing lives for the past few years and keeping everybody informed, keep everybody on a path of understanding. However we've chosen to accept what we've been given by them, it's been their time, their energy, and their understandings of Onpassive. And thank you to you both for always being there, always listening to people, always answering people. And you're just amazing. I would also like to say a special thank you to our team of flying fingers, and that's Janet Butler and Daryl Cook, Dan Street, and Peter Serer. The notes that you've been taking over these years, again, of webinars that sometimes are so convoluted in how they flow and sometimes don't flow, and how you make everything read easy. And I use the term specifically or directly, even though it's not proper English. We're able to follow and understand what's being said. I also want to say on this day after everything that Ash gave us last night, a special, special message to Ash's wife and to his children, full of respect, full of gratitude, full of prayers and love, because they have shared Ash with us and the world. And yet he continues to have them in his corner, supporting and loving him. And I don't want to say allowing in using it in a negative way, but allowing him to be free to do what he does so well. And just an amazing family that is there. So please, everybody, keep these individuals and our CEO, all the executive teams and everybody else in prayers, surrounded by love. Ash had a plan A. That was his Onpassive. But he also realized at some point in his life, through what he's experienced, what he was going through, even before Onpassive, that there had to be backup plans. He had backup plans. And then he created plan Bs for each of these products, for each of these softwares, for each of the circumstances that could possibly happen. As he realized how big Onpassive could be, from his thoughts and belief and inception and mission and goals at the beginning, it suddenly took on a life of its own. And he understood the importance and the need to have different areas working on different topics and projects and products and softwares and building this. And then there were multiple versions of each product, of every single thing. His ability to find and to want and to achieve the highest level of something is amazing. People think I'm a stickler for attention to details. I can only imagine Ash in a boardroom meeting or going through his products, his company, his softwares, everything in discussion with them. I can just imagine it, and it puts a smile on my face every time. We have all signed NDAs and affiliate agreements, and these mean something in the legal world. But even with these signed, there will be things that we will not, should not, and cannot be told. It's time for us to stop trying to push an envelope that should not even be touched, let alone pushed forward. Because these are things, especially after hearing everything that's gone on last night, we have no understanding of it for starters, but we also have no legal standing or footing to be involved with any of it. And Ash has taken all of this on himself with his company, with his teams. And again, people, please remember, this is being done for you, for me, for your families, for your grandchildren, for the communities, for the world, and for humanity. We need to sometimes just let things be and allow the company, with the qualified, experienced, knowledgeable individuals who were there as the core executive teams, now expanding with all these amazing engineers, professors, and intelligent people coming to Onpassive. Let them do what they do best. We, as founders or founder affiliates, do not need to get in there and muddy the waters. Accept this amazing gift that we are being given. The one big piece that stands out for me, in addition to all of this, and I have seen this coming, I have understood it, and I have probably been, we've had to be quiet, and I've had to stay quiet about it, even though I've understood it from my own career. The strategic release plan. You need to understand what this means. Everything hinges on certain pieces of the puzzle coming together properly. And until all of that happens correctly, legally, with compliance, with the ability of reaching all the countries, with the ability of reaching all the founder affiliates, with the ability of reaching the customers and everybody else involved with the company and Onpassive, things will not fall into place in the manner in which we expect, hope, or want them to. And again, this is where we need to put on our big girl and boy panties and keep Onpassive in love, stay in the now with what's happening, and realize that it is happening and unfolding in divine order, but in the proper manner in which, once these products and platforms are connected, will unfold and will literally rush to come forward into existence and into being in our world. That covers the product launches, the commission payments, the sales, the partnerships, everything that Onpassive touches and reaches out to has got its place in this amazing strategic plan. So Marty and Chris, thank you both for having me on here again. Chris, you're getting older. I see you having hot flashes. And I thank you for being so open and so caring and giving of your time to keep people up to date and to help people understand sometimes areas that are difficult to understand. So have a wonderful Saturday, everybody. And thank you to everybody who was on the webinar last night. I'm so proud to be an Onpassive with all of you, and I look forward to moving forward as everything comes to light and unfolds for all of us.
Beautiful. Thank you, Robin. That was fantastic. Chris, great job too. Fantastic. I want to tell everybody, knowing what we know, learning every day, finding out that although we thought our journey was difficult, when in reality it was just time, right? We didn't have to pay anything. We didn't have to do any labor. We didn't have people screaming at us, yelling at us, causing us money, ripping us off. I mean, just think about that, okay? Imagine doing for somebody at the same time they're trying to tear you down. I don't know. It takes a special human being to put up with that. Trust me. I can't imagine. It would be rough taking care of the very people that are beating you down. So anyway, thank you everybody for being here. Chris, you want to say anything goodbye or you're good?
I want to say one quick thing that I learned from Denzel Washington. I wrote it on the back of this beautiful.
Wait a minute. You know Denzel?
I do know Denzel. He's my neighbor.
Okay.
But I wrote it down on Gene Oliva, this beautiful card Gene sent me. And he said this, and I shared it on my Facebook today. It says, man gives the award and God gives the reward. His mother taught him that when he was a kid. That's the first time I ever heard it. I loved it. Ash did touch on the belief he has in God, which I love. I'm a Christian, and we have all different religions in here. I'm proud to be a Christian. I'm proud to be part of many people with different religions. and he's saying that he loves everybody, just like God loved everyone. And let me tell you something. I'll say this as a joke and for fun, because I like to make people laugh. I pushed Ash Mafara into the ocean, and he sunk. He did not walk across the water. Just to let all you people know that thinks he's the salvation. He's not. He's a great guy, a genius guy. And I had to push him in because I want to see firsthand if he can walk in water. And he sunk like a rock, just to let you know. God bless you all, Marty. Back to you.
I'm so glad I turned it over to him, huh? Huh? That was something important. I'm just kidding.
And
Anyway,
Red's coming on. Red's coming on. Tell him about Red.
Red's coming on. Red's coming on at 11 o'clock, 20 minutes, and he'll go line by line because that's what Red do. And love you all. Keep the faith. Let's keep going. We know now. We all knew we're part of something big. Now we know part of something big, part of something with a big heart. My gosh, watch out, world, because here we come. See you all. Robin, you want anything else?
Bye, everybody. Stay
There
safe.
we go.
Look after each other.
Tell your family you love them. No guarantees. See y'all.